to use our punchback opportunity this month to raise even more money for Right to Life, not for Planned Parenthood, because I don't want my name associated with y'all's foolishness and nonsense whatsoever.
I can guarantee you that that it's going to be part of their yearly report. Pastor Greg Locke donated this much money. He was our biggest donator this entire year. Thank you so much, Greg Locke, for supporting women's rights, women's right to abortion, and women's health. What is up, heathens? How you guys doing? I'm doing pretty good. Tonight we're looking at Pastor Greg Locke. He is a snowflake. He's the snowiest snowflake of all the snowflakes out there. He is a unique and special snowflake. And we are going to show exactly how much of a fucking snowflake he is tonight. Let's do this shit, shall we? And hopefully no more fucking computer crashes.
Hey guys, Pastor Greg Locke here.
Sup, Locke? Why are you plaguing my goddamn PC by making it shut down every time I try to respond to your ass?
Today in the mail, I got a very shocking and a very interesting card.
Ooh, was it from Playboy? I bet it was from Playboy. I bet it was from Playboy. That would shock me. Pastor getting a Playboy like card, like as if, oh, thank you for your 3-year membership, Pastor.
It came from Planned Parenthood.
Fuck, I got it wrong.
Which is a very strange organization to be sending me anything at all, because everyone knows my very bold and biblical stand against them.
Do you like how he uses alliterations like a shit ton? Bold and biblical. That was my computer warning me about my shit, or it's going to cut me off again. But he uses bold and biblical, and he always does that. He loves using alliterations. Maybe because that's like a literary device that is commonly used, not only in the Bible, but in other pieces of literature in history. Seems fitting for a pastor.
But here's what's interesting. Here's what the card said. Dear Greg Locke, Planned Parenthood Federation of America is pleased to let you know that a generous and thoughtful donation has been made in your honor by, and then apparently the hater's name was Krista Ginsburg.
Why you doxing people, motherfucker? Why you gotta dox a bitch, huh? But, okay, so back to his bold and biblical stance on abortion, well, Planned Parenthood. He likes to spread the lies that there's some kind of black market network that Planned Parenthood has tapped into in order to sell baby parts. Apparently, according to him, that is what Planned Parenthood does, and no, they do not service women in any kind of medical capacity. Like, there is no way Planned Parenthood can be good for women in general. That is what he says, despite the fact that abortions account for a very small amount of the services that are provided by Planned Parenthood. The rest of the services that are provided by Planned Parenthood are like shit like STD testing and like other medicals like the breast exams for cancer screenings and shit like that. Prostate exams. Men, you can go in there and get a woman to stick her finger up your asshole in order to feel if you got cancer up there. I think that's how they do it. That's where you bend over and the doctor's like, cough. Wait, I think I'm mixing up 2 different procedures here. They do a whole bunch of screenings for both men and women. And that is the primary use of government funds. And actually, Planned Parenthood doesn't get funds from the government directly. What they do is they can file charges against Medicare and Medicaid. And that is how they get federal funding. But not now, because lo and behold, fucks like Pastor Greg Locke here have managed to get Trump into office so that he could sign a bill that defunds Planned Parenthood. Well, technically, it just means that Planned Parenthood cannot get, use Medicare and Medicaid in order to, help alleviate some of the monetary burdens on these lower class people. So basically, Donald Trump and people like Pastor Greg Locke here have only made it harder for low income people to get the medical services that they need, both men and women. So yes, Thank you, Pastor Greg Locke, for fucking over lower income people, which you have in your church and beg for money every goddamn Sunday. Good for you. Thank you, Christy, for your generous donation. I would have donated $666 myself just to pile on all the devilness.
Houston, Texas, and it doesn't say how much it was, and then sincerely, the Richards lady that runs Planned Parenthood. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how big or how small it was an absolute waste of your money, and the stamp was an absolute waste of your money as well.
No, it wasn't. Thank you, Christy, for supporting women and men's health. Thank you so much. Also, thank you for trolling Pastor Locke.
Never send me any more nonsense from Planned Parenthood. There has never been an organization in the world that has killed more innocent people other than radical Islam than that of Planned Parenthood.
Oh, fuck! Shots fired! What? Well, it is bullshit. Planned Parenthood doesn't kill anybody. If anything, they've helped women and men both, be healthier in general. Mostly low-income families, because that is where they would go in order to get their cancer and screenings or STD screenings and all this other shit. Also, it's not exactly like there's an on-demand fucking button in goddamn Planned Parenthood where a doctor goes in there and he's like, I want to do an abortion. I want to kill me some babies. Give me more babies to abort. That's not what happens. Like, a woman wants to get an abortion, she goes to Planned Parenthood and she gets counseled. Like, they counsel the women before. It's like, you really want to do this? Are you sure you want to go through this? We need to make sure that you're psychologically able to go through this so you don't break down later and put a gun in your mouth. Well, for women, it's pills generally, or more, less violent ways to kill yourself. Men are just like, fucking them out. You have to go through screenings, you have to go through counseling and all this other stuff before you can even get referred out for an abortion. I don't even get it. Like, he says that Planned Parenthood has killed more babies or more people in general than ISIS. Are you really going to go that far to compare abortion to, like, ISIS killings? Like a fucking ISIS member sawing off the head of somebody, with a goddamn kitchen knife? Are you really going to compare those two? Because something tells me that's dumb as fuck to do.
Look, I'm just going to say it boldly whether you like it or not. Planned Parenthood does not give the flip of a wooden nickel about women's health care.
That is a fucking weird thing to say. They don't give a flip of a wooden nickel. Well, that was my cell phone, but you get the point. Like, he likes to use these weird things too, like flip of a wooden nickel. Well, if they don't kill babies, then I'm a Japanese navigator. The fuck? What does being a Japanese navigator have to do anything about that? You talking about the kamikaze? Why are we talking about suicide all the time?
It's a bunch of deceptive individuals that are in it for the money that have been known to sell babies.
They're in it for the money. The non-profit organization, which if you don't know, he knows what a non-profit is. You don't know what a non-profit is? Non-profits cannot generate, like, an income. Like, they can pay themselves, of course, but they, like the actual non-profit cannot make a profit. That's the entire thing around non-profits. They have to reinvest money. They have to pay people. They pay themselves. But the business itself cannot make money. And so I don't even get where he's coming from. Like, all the money that's in aborting babies. Oh, you mean that sliver of a little bit of a percent of the services that Planned Parenthood provides apparently is the cash cow of Planned Parenthood. Thank fuck. Oh, yeah. Hey, what about you? All you do is you go to a church, give a sermon, and you get money for it. That's shit people do for free.
Baby parts on the black market, and they have done nothing but butcher innocent lives for years.
Goddamn, he's acting like Planned Parenthood just has like a whole like conveyor belt filled with like little children, and you got ISIS members there operating the motherfucker with like kitchen knives that are ready to just slice the fucking heads off of little children and puppy dogs.
So as far as I'm concerned, I don't care if I ever get another piece piece of literature from you guys again, because you're just wasting your money to send me this nonsense. So if nothing else becomes of this video, I at least want everyone to know that Pastor Greg Locke has absolutely, positively, teetotally nothing to do with Planned Parenthood, and I don't want my name associated with this wicked mess.
All right, Ned Flanders, diddly douche.
Just save your stamps, Planned Parenthood, because every time you send me a thank you letter, it's going right in the garbage where it belongs.
Actually, we have proof that that's not exactly where they go, like, at all. I don't know. I don't think you're lying at this point. I just think that you reconsidered later.
Y'all can keep butchering babies. I'm going to keep speaking the truth.
I like how it cut him off. Like, you can keep butchering babies. I'm going to keep speaking the... It's like, that's a weird lead out to the conversation. Like, you couldn't let it play on just a little bit longer. Like, really? I love how they think that, like, fetuses and everything are like babies. Like, they have this really fucked up sense of what abortion is. You know, while most abortions occur before the baby looks anything other than a fucking alien creature or a peanut or a fucking Pokemon, Blastoise. You know, they have this idea that like a 9-month pregnant woman can come in there, baby a kicking and everything, and like you're like, hey, I don't want this fucker anymore. The daddy left. Could you reach in there and just pull his ass out? That's not how shit works. Like at that point, it has to be like life threatening in order for that shit to happen. I mean, fuck. I know that there are some people out there that advocate for women to be able to get an abortion all the way up until the birth, but I don't necessarily agree. I think that there has to be a line, and I think that line is around like the what is it, like the 3rd trimester or something like that. Yeah, whenever the baby's viable to live on its own, I think at that point the line, but. That's regardless of the fact that he has a distorted view of what abortion is. 26th week, I think is what somebody was saying. Maybe. I don't know. All right. So now, that was his first one. That sets the text for the main video tonight. And that's this one where he looks like drunk as fuck, but he's not ashamed about it. That's for goddamn sure. So here we go. This is where Greg really puts out his snowflakiness. He really comes into full bloom in his geometric shape that is his snowflake. And so we're going to see that unfold in form right now.
Hey guys, Pastor Greg Locke here. Many of you know that about a month ago, I put out a video saying that someone had donated money to Planned Parenthood in my name, and I did not appreciate the thank you letter. Well, little did I know that that video was going to cause so much media frenzy. It went viral very, very quickly, and what has happened since then is I have received hundreds and hundreds, did I mention hundreds of letters like this, as well as some of the most vitriolic, hate-filled, mean-spirited things that you could ever imagine. Hundreds of them from people all around the country and literally around the world.
Oh my God, honey, he has put his opinion out on the internet and people reacted poorly. Holy fuck. That has never fucking happened ever in the entirety of goddamn time. It has never happened. Putting your opinion out there and people shit all over it. I know it does. I make one goddamn mistake and people are like, oh, let me see how I can shit on this. Irregardless isn't a word. Why do I find it on fucking the Google Define then? It's there. It may not be proper, but exactly what the fuck about me says proper? Okay? Anyways, so right here, he's complaining about vitriolic shit, right? He's saying, oh, there's all this vitriolic shit being thrown my way. As if, you know, he's some kind of special motherfucker that's getting all this hate. I'm sorry, you're not special. What I wanted to do is go through some of the more horrific comments, or well, quote unquote, horrific comments that I get from his followers. Let's see. And yes, I will be doing this particular set of comments in a very southern accent because, I mean, honestly, that's the only way you can read this and actually understand why these people are fucked in the head. Y'all can mock God all you want. In the end, we Christian believers in Jesus Christ, our Maker and Savior, will be sitting back saying, we told you so. The lake of fire will never get cold. Laugh all you want now, because that day I promise you won't be laughing. I love that he knows that I'm not going to be laughing while I'm burning my ass off. He doesn't know me. You don't know my life. Oh, Susie. I love fucking Susie. Not only because she's a woman, but she seems to perfectly encapsulate what it means to be a southern bitch. Have you ever read the Bible? Of course not. You would shut your big mouth and stop with your rebellion. You might learn something. Your mouth will be closed. I have to find someone to listen with some semblance of intelligence. You saw my Pastor Greg Locke video and you're like, I gotta get out of here. There's too much dissenting opinion. I gotta go and find somewhere the fuck else. I gotta talk to somebody that agrees with me. Reaper Rob, you should shut your mouth right now, snowflake pussy. You didn't prove anything. Lol. You're a joke, man. All right, Reaper Rob. I love how you're calling me a snowflake pussy, but at the same time, your pastor here that you seem to be defending is exemplifying everything that it means to be a goddamn snowflake. Oh, Susie, you really need help. No, you're an asshole. I know I'm an asshole. That's kind of my shtick, you know? I love how it's in all caps. And also, she's yelling at me because I made the video on Pastor Locke here. And she's supposed to be representing Christ or the other side here. And she's sitting there calling me an asshole. Now, I think Jesus might get up there and be like, yep, you know that time you called that atheist an asshole? Well, I'm flipping the switch and sending you to hell, Susie. Larry Ricky. Responding to a comment, says, when you're on God's side, you're not wrong. Boom, motherfuckers. Drop mic, get fucked. Christians win all the goddamn time. Just when God's on your side, you're never wrong, homie. I'm not gonna read all of this. God made gays. Lol, you're a fucking tool. God gave us free will, shithead. When making any type of decision/choices, take your head out of your ass. And stop blaming everything on everyone else but your fucking self. And stop saying anything about what God did or didn't do, you atheist scum. You have no faith to begin with, so you have no right to even say the name God. God, Yahweh, Allah, God, to begin with, asshole. Disgusting, hypocritical, ignorant tub of fucking lard. Look at you, fucking joke. Your channel is a joke. You're going nowhere on YouTube, fat ass. Shit, why not actually get off your tub of lard ass and actually bring people to your show? Have a real civil debate. I guess he didn't see my conversation with Greg Locke. Fucking coward. Oh, that's right. You're a keyboard warrior sitting in your fucking room complaining about Christians, God, church. It goes on for about 3 more pages. Okay. Lolly says, I'll pray for you. You're being ridiculous. You should be ashamed. I'm sure your mother is. I only watch a very short segment because of your filthy language. Oh, thank you for going a little far. Why tear someone down just to tear them down? You have no basis for this. Immature and too much time on your hands. Obviously. Justin, you'd be more believable if you weren't so disingenuous. I have to say, that's pretty intelligent coming from a Christian. I know. It's got more than one syllable there. Here's Susie again. You are disgusting. You are showing your ignorance by the way you talk. You couldn't pay me to listen to your nonsense. I'm sure you looked at an ad when you were watching my video, though, so in a way you did. God bless you. Anyway, I'll pray for you whether you want me to or not. Do Christians think that, like, praying for an atheist is a lot like throwing water on a goddamn Wicked Witch of the East or West or what the fuck ever? South? Wicked Witch of the South. That's what it is. West, South, East, Southeast, South Central. You know, it's not like we set foot in a church and we burst into flames because the devil inside of us needs to get out now. I mean, it really has no effect on me. You can pray for me all you want to, but it's rather funny considering all of the shit you were talking, and then you're gonna be like, I'm gonna pray for you. Bitch, you need Jesus. What has, quote-unquote, checked out is your mind and your big bedroom studio. What's funny is that was my house, and that was the big goddamn living room in my house that I own. Mocking God's people. You are so fucking... Or wait, no. You are so foolish, kid. Yeah, I'm the foolish one. You're believing people just based on, a book. Like you're the one that's foolish. If there's a definition of foolish with a picture next to it, it's that fucking American look you got on your face there. It just says, America! America! Fuck yeah! Oh shit, Susie again. You will pay for your sins. Atheism is a denial of God. You sound so stupid when you speak. Stupid is as stupid does. Why are you gonna quote a Tom Hanks movie at me in order to prove your point? It's not like I come at you and be like, Susie, nobody cries in softball. No crying in that's right. I haven't seen the movie in a while. No crying in baseball, Susie! There, my point is made. Fuck off, Susie. Bella girl. So now that you finally got the truth about the sex offender, okay, a little bit of backstory here. Pastor Greg Locke did turn in a sex offender at his church. So I did post a video on my YouTube saying, hey, he did do this non-shitty thing. And Greg not knowing beforehand about him, will you please shut up and leave him alone? Also, stay off his page if all you're going to do is harass people in the guise of bring funny, which you're not. Well, that's entirely subjective. What a goof. You really have a channel, or is your mom letting you use her sewing room? I hear there's looking for a bag boy at Publix. You might fit the bill. Maybe. My point is that he's not special in this particular area. He knows it, but he's playing up the persecution card hard here.
People mailing me here at the church tampons, contraceptives, you name it, sex toys, all different types of despicable things just to prove their point.
No, actually, they're not trying to prove their point there, Greg Locke. They're trolling you, or they're just being shitty people. They're not trying to prove a point or anything like that unless that point is, hey, I'm an asshole! Look at me, I'm an asshole, and I'm sending you snail mail for some fucking reason. I had to look up on the internet how to send snail mail. I done forgot.
Well, I'd like to prove my point. First of all, I'm still very much against the murder of unborn babies that you like to call abortion.
Okay, well, it's not the murder of unborn babies. For one thing, they're not babies, they're fetuses. And with like a good percentage, like the majority of abortions occur before you can even fucking tell it's a human baby. I'm fairly certain we could put an elephant fetus up to a human fetus, and I bet you wouldn't be able to pick it out.
And Miss Richards, I know that you say you're standing up for women's rights, which I find to be a glaring contradiction since you butcher nearly 500 girls every single day.
I would love to know where he gets that number. But also, I find it hilarious that a pastor of Christianity is lecturing somebody else on women's rights. The Bible is so fucking misogynistic that you list women as property, and you have one guy cut up his concubine that he let this group of men rape to death and then send her body parts out to like different tribes and shit. Like in the Bible, they treat women as property, but you want to play the card as sticking up for women's rights. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Is that hypocrisy? Is that like a hypocriception or something? I don't know. It feels like it's more than just hypocrisy, though. It's like hypocrisy wrapped in an ignorant, like, tortilla and then dipped in some dumbass sauce. I don't know.
Of the year. However, here's what I'd like to say. It was one simple little card that caused a viral stir, and now...
You mean it was one simple card that triggered the fuck out of the snowflake on the screen right now?
We literally have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hate-filled, crazy mail and hundreds of thank you cards from Planned Parenthood. So what are we going to do with them? Well, first of all, we're going
Your last video, you were just going to throw them in the trash. Now I see you found yourself a Planned Parenthood box and you started collecting them. Kind of like they were baseball cards.
to use our punchback opportunity this month to raise even more money for Right to Life, not for Planned Parenthood, because I don't want my name associated with y'all's foolishness and nonsense whatsoever.
I can guarantee you that that it's going to be part of their yearly report. Pastor Greg Locke donated this much money. He was our biggest donator this entire year. Thank you so much, Greg Locke, for supporting women's rights, women's right to abortion, and women's health. Yeah.
But on April the 27th, that's a Thursday, April the 27th, at noon in our nation's capital, at your...
You're going to fight them in a gunslinger battle. Like, you're going to get your gun out there and be like, I challenge you to a duel. Shika! Jesus.
For $19.7 million beautiful facility, we're going to come, and guess what?
Would you like us to tally up, like, all the churches in fucking the United States alone and give you the bill of how much is spent on goddamn religion and Christianity in general? Yeah. You want to put a figure to it? How's about $70 billion a year? Yeah, that's how much in taxes the religious community gets back, whilst you fuck over everybody in the United States by restricting basic rights to a lot of people. Like, what the fuck? You're $19.7 billion. Oh, that's not shit, motherfucker. Come back when it's about $70 billion.
I'm going to pray with folks, meet and greet folks, pray outside of your organization, outside.
Boom! The Bible says that you need to go into the fucking closet in order to pray, so get your ass to the closet.
Out of your building, and you know what? I guess sending me all this mail wasn't wasted, because at noon on April the 27th, I'm going to be there in person to give it all back.
Now you gotta pick the shit up. What was the point in that? It's like 52 card pickup, but you're playing by yourself. That's just dumb as shit.
Can't wait to see you, Planned Parenthood.
What up, heathens? I just thought that I'd throw in this recent update. As you know, April 27th was yesterday, and he went to Planned Parenthood. If I had to put this in a headline, it would be Tennessee pastor flies to Washington, D.C. in order to recycle. I can't think of a better way to negate any good you're doing in the world as far as recycling goes than to fly there on a plane. That doesn't make any good goddamn sense there, Pastor Locke. He also has a whole 10-minute live stream if you want to go and check that out. He was denied at the door from entrance into the Planned Parenthood building, which they are allowed to do. But they did give him, like I said, recycle bins right outside for him to dump the letters into. He was able to go out there, recycle, and then catch another plane ride back. I still can't believe it. It's more for the point of, hey, I'm going to Planned Parenthood and standing up for my beliefs. Okay, Planned Parenthood isn't forcing you to get an abortion there, Pastor Locke. It's not like they got pitchforks and it's like, Pastor Locke, you get an abortion now. You get one now, you understand me? Get on in there. I appreciate you guys watching this video today. If you did indeed like it, leave a like for me. If you disliked it, leave a dislike. I don't give a fuck. Go down there, leave me your comments, your thoughts, everything that you want to leave down there. Don't forget to stand up and use your voice. See you heathens later.